To kick off this explainer, let's start with a massive paradigm shift. I want you to really ask yourself, does a title make you a leader, or is leadership simply about your ability to influence others? It's a question that trips up millions of professionals literally every single day. We so often confuse a corner office or a fancy job title with actual leadership. But the truth, well, as we're going to explore today, the truth is far more profound. Okay, let's dive into this highly structured roadmap to really demystify what true leadership actually means, and more importantly, how you can radically multiply your impact. If you've ever felt like, hey, I'm just managing people rather than truly leading them, then this explainer is designed entirely for you. We're going to decode the absolute DNA of effective leadership. So here's our path ahead for today. 1. Rethinking true leadership. 2. Master yourself first. 3. The 5 leadership levels. 4. Vision and problem solving. And finally, number 5, developing the leaders within. We're drawing these insights directly from John C. Maxwell's foundational work, Developing the Leader Within You. This is essentially a masterclass that has trained more than 6 million leaders across 185 countries. That's absolutely massive. It's not just theory either. These are road-tested principles that have transformed businesses, sports teams, and entire organizations all over the world. All right, moving right into Section 1, Rethinking True Leadership. Let's just completely destroy the myth right now that a corner office automatically commands respect. We really need to unlearn some very common misconceptions here. The crucial point is that positional leadership is based entirely on rank, but true leadership, that's the ability to actually obtain followers who genuinely believe in your vision. Look, if you think leadership is just about achieving a position, you're going to go after rank and title. And what happens? You end up totally frustrated because no one is actually following you. Authentic influence means you communicate effectively, you gain positive recognition, and people follow you because they want to, not just because HR told them they have to. Which brings us to Section 2, Master Yourself First. You absolutely cannot lead an army until you conquer your own internal battles. The sources tell us that far more leaders fail because of inner issues than outer ones. Let's look at the math of the Pareto Principle for a second. To work smart, you must spend 80% of your energy on your top 20% priorities. It's a game changer. The sources emphasize that success isn't about how hard you work, it's about how efficiently you allocate your focus. Think about it. If you make everything a priority, then literally nothing is a priority. As a leader, you've got to organize, rethink your tasks, and tackle those high-importance, high-urgency items first. The rest, just delegate it or drop it entirely. Right alongside priorities, your core foundation absolutely must be integrity. And that simply means living the standard yourself before you ever demand it of others. It's what Maxwell calls the credibility acid test. Image is just what people think you are, but integrity is who you actually are when no one is watching. If your character is flawed, it's eventually going to derail your goals to lead. Integrity builds a rock-solid reputation. It's like the Great Wall of China for your leadership credibility. And this brings us to the incredible power of attitude, which, get this, drives 94% of your success. 94%. So ask yourself, are you just a thermometer passively measuring the room's temperature, or are you the thermostat actively changing the climate? Your attitude literally sets the entire atmosphere for your team. If you're positive, tenacious, and expectant, you lift everyone up. But if you just react to the heat or the cold, you're completely missing the opportunity to dictate the environment. Okay, let's move on to Section 3, the 5 leadership levels. Let's look at the framework and see how this builds your literal journey from an entry-level manager all the way to a legacy creator. This is where we measure exactly where you stand right now. These 5 steps map out your exact climb. Level 1 is position. People follow you because they have to. It's strictly entry level. Level 2 is permission. Now this is based on relationships. People follow because they want to. Moving up to level 3, production. Now you're getting things done and people follow because of your track record. Level 4 is people development. You're bringing out the best in others, actually reproducing leaders. And finally, level 5 is the pinnacle. People follow you for who you are and the incredible leaders you've produced. Keep in mind, you don't skip these levels, you layer them. Next up, Section 4, vision and problem solving. Because let's face it, once you build influence, you're immediately going to face obstacles. So we need to look at executing in the real world by casting a clear vision and attacking those inevitable challenges head on. I want to quickly highlight why teams fail and what we call the diseases of bad leaders. Things like excessive busyness, which really just leads to stress. Or immortal thinking, that arrogant idea that you're somehow indispensable.
and downcast faces, where leaders treat their teams with this sour severity. When teams underperform, it's almost always because they don't know what to do, how to do it, why they should do it, or there are just major obstacles in their way. It's your job to cure these diseases by providing the right training, the right tools, and a genuinely compelling vision.
Just let that sink in and breathe for a moment. Your team's success or failure rests entirely on your shoulders. Everything rises and falls on leadership. The effectiveness of your work will literally never rise above your ability to lead and influence others. A business's success is rarely just about the product. It's a direct reflection of the leader upon the employees.
But hey, remember the problems are actually conditions for success. I mean, even Albert Einstein was once dismissed as uneducatable before he completely changed the world by embracing challenges. Problems introduce us to ourselves and to some pretty incredible opportunities. Good leaders don't just sit around wishing problems would go away. They anticipate them, they outline the root causes, and they choose the right people to help solve them. Honestly, problem solving is the absolute quickest way to gain leadership respect. And that brings us to Section 5, Developing the Leaders Within.
Finally, we reach the true pinnacle of our arc, your legacy, and how you multiply your impact by developing the people around you. This is prime level 4 and level 5 territory. You see, the highest calling of your career is not achieving your own goals, but empowering others to reach theirs. Success without a successor is, well, it's failure. If your organization falls apart the minute you step away for a vacation, you haven't been leading. You've just been doing. You've got to transition from being a producer who just maximizes their own potential to a true leader who maximizes the potential of everyone around them. To do that, you must strategically cultivate salary makers who add tremendous value to the organization. Salary takers, on the other hand, they just do the bare minimum to collect a check. Your goal is to transform your team into makers by giving them real ownership, praising their accomplishments, and actively coaching them along the way. Because, as the sources make crystal clear, those closest to the leader will ultimately determine his or her level of success or failure. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a final, provocative question to challenge how you approach your team tomorrow morning. Ask yourself, are you just managing followers, or are you creating the leaders of tomorrow? True leadership is an ongoing, dynamic journey of influence, integrity, and radical empowerment. Take a hard look at your daily interactions and ask yourself how you can be the thermostat, how you can prioritize that top 20%, and how you can pull others up those 5 levels of leadership right alongside you. Keep growing, keep influencing, and we'll see you in the next explainer.